Hello everyone, warm welcome to your decoding of the Economic Times newspaper. I'm Priyanka Bhatia from Women on Wealth and we will come straight to the point today. 95th episode. So we are just 5 episodes away from being smart investors, intelligent investors, and throughout this 1 year journey, we've been really investing in ourselves. So I want to first of all congratulate each one of you for these consistent effort that you've put in for making these 95 episodes a success. So congratulations each one. May we all reach our goals with velocity and really make this world proud of who women are. Hey Gauri, Kavishri, Balvinder, Anjali, warm welcome everyone. Harpreet, long time Harpreet. Good to see you. Arpana, Aparna, hi. So, one conversation that has been in my mind for some time now, that the COVID cases are increasing steadily, and where is this market going to go? Because we're all invested in mutual funds, equity mutual funds particularly, and stocks, and I've been wondering, okay, where are we headed with such surge in the COVID numbers, and also many people dying after the vaccination, so that number has significantly increased. So let's talk about that today. Yes, 95 episodes, Hira, so proud of us. Woohoo! Kavneet, Archana, welcome. Komal. So, okay, lit high. So there is this article today in page number 5, okay, of the Economic Times newspaper, and here it is talking about the COVID surge in India, which purely is a short-term risk. Who is saying this? This is being said by, in a phone interview. So this is Wood, Christopher Wood, who is the global head of equity strategy at Jefferies. And in a phone interview with an Economic Times reporter, he shared how COVID surge in India is purely a short-term risk. So let's hear more on what he's saying. The path of the coronavirus pandemic, vaccine rollout, and the extent of lockdowns are the only 3 things that matter for the Indian equity market right now. So he's talking about these 3 things that matter: the coronavirus pandemic, vaccine rollout, and the extent of lockdowns. Well, in a lot of our cities and states, lockdown has been introduced. In a phone interview from London, Wood spoke to Sanam Mirchandani about why he has reduced his overweight on Indian equities, among other issues. So the first question the reporter is asking him is, what is your view on Indian equities given the surge in COVID-19 cases? He's saying, I reduced the weighting on India in the Greed and Fear note published last Thursday. So they publish Greed and Fear note, and where he reduced the overweight on the Indian market. Why? Because it has become clear that the cases are rising at a very rapid rate. The only reason I reduced the overweight on India was because of the pickup in cases, which means that the cyclical pickup in activity has probably peaked for the moment. So this clearly indicates that the foreign investing into India may reduce. If the cases further rise, it may have already had an impact, and it can further sabotage our Indian market. So this is number 1 that we need to get: how people sitting abroad are looking at the situation in India, the COVID cases in India, and more. The second question is, do you expect a delay in the economic recovery? The economy in India has already recovered, But what I'm saying is the rate of recovery will now slow because of the renewed pickup in cases. The speed of the pickup in cases suggests more infections from new variants in affecting the data. That's just my guess. So he is expecting the numbers to further surge, and if the numbers surge, then the economy slowdown will happen. Okay, the recovery will slow down. Yes, so he's saying the recovery, which has been going pretty well in the Indian system, it will slow down and it will affect the Indian markets. The third question is, how will foreign investors react to the risk of rising COVID-19 cases? In the short term, yes, there is a risk of foreign selling. So he's also predicting that foreign investors will sell. And if selling happens by foreign investors, the market will come down, guys. Okay, because we all know, and we've continuously seen this in our community and in the work we've been doing, that whenever there is foreign selling, the market comes down. So yes, there's risk for foreign selling. In the longer term, this is a buying opportunity. So if you're investing for the long term, then this slowdown, the market coming down, if it comes down, will be an opportunity for buying. This is purely a short-term risk according to him. I am not expecting a repeat of what happened last year, which means a crash is nowhere coming, according to him. Well, remember, he's not God. He doesn't know it all. So do not expect that he will understand everything. But what he's expecting, what he's predicting is what he's sharing. He's sharing this is short term. For long term buyers, this will be an opportunity to buy. No crash he is predicting, but he is definitely predicting the market coming down. The only issues that matter in the Indian short term is the path of the cases, vaccine rollout, and the extent of lockdowns. That's all that matters. Nothing else matters. I'm hoping the government does not do another national lockdown, because I think a national lockdown would be counterproductive. So if the national lockdown really happens, then we can expect a further decrease in how the Indian stock market goes. So this is how I am decoding this information. Yes, 10-15% at max is what I am looking at. Nobody knows the future, like my mentor always say in the stock market. But yes, this is what we are speculating as of now, seeing the current market conditions. The next question is, how much can Indian markets fall? Before I go down to that, can I invite you guys to share this video? Please share it with people in your life, because they might be thinking that this is rocket science and finance can never be decoded. Well, we are here decoding it together and helping each woman grow. So guys, can you share this video and can you encourage more and more women for their financial education? If you've shared the video on your timeline in various groups or in your stories, just put it here, shared. Indu, who would be potential buyers? Well, foreign investors, us, both. Would it be in the long term set a base? Would it in long term set a base for the domestic market? I don't get that question, Indu. Sonika, Gitanjali, yeah, Swapna, welcome. Who all have shared? Okay, Indu, thanks for sharing the video. Acknowledging you for participating in expanding the mission forward. Who else is jumping in? Who else is deriving a lot of value from Women on Wealth and is sharing? Got that, Bhumika? Good to have you after a long time, Bhumika. At least you've messaged after a long time. I'm not sure if you've been around. Okay, who else is jumping in to support the mission? I want a lot of missionaries here and a lot of support here. Got that, Sheetal. Thank you so much. Gauri, got that. Acknowledging you guys for not only just taking value for your own self, but also spreading this work, because this work definitely requires a lot more women to know about it. Okay, next question. How much can Indian markets fall? Anjali, thank you. I am not expecting a huge fall. Yeah, I am not expecting a huge fall, Wood is saying. I am expecting equities globally to keep rallying, which means he is expecting the equities to keep going up and up globally. The market has been in an uptrend. There has been a huge rally, and this is what is expected in the future, is what he's saying. No huge fall, so no crash really. For me, in the long term, any pullback can be a buying opportunity. At the end of the day, the vaccine exists, and every day more and more people will get the vaccine. Can the market, so if the market is not going to fall any further, if it's only going to rally globally, then the reporter is asking the next question as, can the markets revisit their record highs that they hit in February? So he's saying it is definitely possible. So another high is possible, another peak is possible, because Wood is expecting a bullish market. It depends on the course of the pandemic. So how the pandemic goes further is going to judge the performance of the stock market. This is what is being said here. So what is the outlook for the emerging markets versus developed markets? Well, we all know that US has been much ahead of us as far as the vaccine is concerned. So let's see what he's saying. He's saying every country is different. So when the reporter has asked Wood's outlook for emerging versus developed markets, he's saying every country is different. The key point is the vaccine rollout. The vaccine rollout is much more advanced in the US and the UK than in country like India. Also, it has not been as advanced in Europe. So US and UK have been like really moving forward with velocity as far as the vaccine rollout is concerned. And he's saying that I'm still long-term constructive on the emerging markets. And guys, if you remember, I did decode in one of our sessions that emerging markets, the kind of returns that the markets in the emerging countries were giving were much higher. So they are saying that I am still long-term, he's saying I'm still long-term constructive on emerging markets. The market will be focused both on the risk of localized lockdowns and the vaccine rollout. So the more rollout that happens, the more it's going to bring about the bull run. The good news is India makes the vaccine, but the question is, do people want to take the vaccine? So that's where we are struggling actually, guys, the number of people who are taking the vaccine. So I would expect growing focus on the part of the government in India on vaccine rollouts. My portfolio is a long-term portfolio, so I'm not making a big change. So he's personally talking about his portfolio now, where he's saying that he's not making any significant change. He's talking about how his portfolio from the Indian market is for the long term. He's not looking at a big change. He's indicated that whenever the market is coming down is an opportunity to buy, and if there is a lockdown, nationwide lockdown that is announced, still the market is only going to come down a little bit. He is not expecting a significant drop down in the market. So this is all that he is suggesting from his views he is sharing. So what are you guys getting? Please share. What actually rally means here? Rally means going up, the market going up, Bhumika. Got that. Sheetal is riding the rally. So she is our stock investor. She's our core team member. Like each one of you know Sheetal Gurung. And she's saying that she bought her this month's quota of stocks after careful study. Yes, rally, 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 Sheetal. Lit Harpreet, thank you so much for sharing the video. Okay, what are you guys getting? Where is the COVID surge taking your investment? Start typing, everyone. What are you understanding? Hey Amrita, good morning. Did you just join in? You almost covered a very, very important topic for today, is how I feel. Okay, what is everybody getting? Start typing. Kavishri, long-term investment. I feel good time to buy stocks and wait for the long-term returns. Got that, Kavishri? Kavishri, have you done our stocks course? Because only after that would I invite you to actually buy stocks. Because if you have not done the stocks course, you don't know the methodology to pick good quality stocks, then do not buy on tips. It never helps to buy on tips. Gauri, market might not look good at the moment due to the pandemic, but if we have a long-term vision regarding investing, this should not be affecting us. Bingo. Love that. Yeah, absolutely, Gauri. Absolutely. That was brilliant. Sheetal, I anticipate less panic this time and more excitement and preparedness to invest in the stocks we've studied and selected. Got that. Yes. Yes. There is. I mean, we all need to be just prepared and then be able to monetize such times. That's the critical part. Absolutely. Gitanjali, you're looking forward to invest more? Yes. Gitanjali wants to become conscious, study well, focus on long-term investments. Okay, Kavishri, you are currently in the Money Gym program, not buying stocks right away. Yes, yes. First learn and then invest. Like how we do it in school. We first learn and then we get into jobs or businesses. The same way is with financial education. First you educate yourself about finances and then you jump into investing and managing your money and more. Nothing without financial education. If tips could make everyone wealthy, everybody would have been extremely rich by now because we are surrounded by numerous tips. So tips is not the way forward. Amrita, instead of taking a leap of faith, I will be treading with caution and knowledge. Got that, Amrita. Beautiful, guys. So on this note, closing the live for today, loads of love, take charge, stay safe, keep learning and keep investing in your financial education. And if you're creating value for yourself from all the meaty stuff, all the meaningful stuff we are bringing along, do share about us, about the courses, about our lives, about the platform Women on Wealth with people in your life. Let us educate more and more women financially together. We need you and you need us, so let's do it together. Loads of love. Thank you for all that love and all those hearts you're sending. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take charge. Stay safe.